These are the big occasions that make the journey just as exciting as the destination. Two teams that can almost reach out and touch finals, but as Adelaide United take on the Central Coast Mariners, who will get a week off, who will get home ground advantage, and who will get the bragging rights of second place at the end of the Isuzu UTE A-League men's home and away season. And there's the reception for the two teams. Mariners in their away kit tonight. And Adelaide United, of course, in their customary red home strip. So here's how the teams line up. Adelaide bring Lockie Barr back into the starting 11. Alexander Popovich moves to the substitutes as a result. This lineup otherwise will be looking to Craig Goodwin and Ben Halloran to lead the line, along with the on-fire youngster Luka Jovanovic, who keeps his spot in the starting 11 and keeps the phenom Nestor Irankunda on the bench. Central Coast Mariners, by contrast, have an unchanged team, and why wouldn't they, given the form they bring in to this match? Sammy Silvera is the hot boot from last weekend, and that midfield of Ballard and Nisbet has become so reliable this season. Will they give Adelaide the runaround on their home deck tonight? Taking a look at the substitutes, no Nick Ansell tonight for Adelaide. He drops off the bench with Alex Popovich moving to the subs. And just the one change for the Central Coast Mariners. Dan Hall is back, looking to play for the first time since March 19. There's no James Bayliss on the bench as a result. Carl Viet sounded pretty calm pre-game, especially for a gaffer that has seen some pretty hair-raising moments on this run to the finish line in the home and away season. And there's Nick Montgomery. You see on the all-time coaching list, he's about to draw level with Alan Stajic on the podium of the most games in charge of Central Coast. And so the organic crowd sounds take over here as Sammy Silvera watches on, gets ready for the signal and the whistle from the referee to get this one started. Central Coast Mariners travel to Adelaide. Both can finish second. Both can miss out depending on what happens tonight. If they draw and the Wanderers beat Melbourne City over in Melbourne, then Daniel McBreen, it all flips. But we could see one of these two teams emerge with a week off tonight.
Well, good evening, Teo, and all our viewers out there. These two teams have provided plenty of entertainment this season for us, and what a way to end the regular season. Second versus third. Two teams who like to play attacking, flowing at football.
Adelaide would love nothing more than a first-minute goal. It was a last-minute goal, drew them level with the Glory on Sunday of last week. As the ball is cleared away here, Central Coast Mariners will get their first field for possession. McGarry. Great turn from Tullio. Left the defenders in his wake. He's still got more to deal with, though. Tullio driving. And that one ended up 5 rows back, but not before he'd shown us his great close control.
Well, he's a talented ball player. And we've seen him score from distance tonight. See here, players around him. Nice turn, and then it's driving straight forward. Cuts inside. Doesn't quite have the radar on there. But that's an early warning sign for Adelaide. You can't let this man run at your defenders and give him time and space around the edge of the box.
Plenty of loyal, hardy fans. Plenty of ponchos and hoodies and raincoats. Jason Cummings wanted to jag back in onto his left. A little predictable, perhaps. Allowed Kiddo to strip the ball away. And now Goodwin with a sidestep. Once, twice. Ball on a string as he sends it to Johnny Yull. Yull to Isaias. Isaias, the crowd urges him to shoot. And even though he hasn't scored an A-League goal since 2019, he was not afraid to try.
Well, it's perfect conditions to try from that area, isn't it? Again, it was Craig Goodwin. Got on the ball at first. Johnny Yull finds Isaias, and look at the space in front of him. Caltech's a little bit slow to get out to close him down. There's anyone that hasn't enjoyed a Friday night at Cooper's this season.
Now Halloran has got Yull on the outside, and as he went to drag it back towards Halloran, the ball is turned behind for a corner kick. You see the frustration on Halloran's face there, though?
Yeah, a little frustrated. In fairness to Johnny Yull, I think he was trying to find Halloran. See here, just trying to get it back to him, but Central Coast Mariners defenders got back well.
Goodwin lifts it to the far post. Caltech got up. Looked like there was a head clash in there. Everyone back on their feet. It was McGarry, the man down, but he's okay. Silvera looking to launch a counter. Tullio's alone in the middle. Marco Tullio, can he get his step right? Yes, he can! It's a glorious finish! And the visiting Mariners score through Marco Tullio in delightful fashion.
Well, what about that for counter-attacking football from the Central Coast Mariners? Defending a corner at one end, Craig Goodwin with the delivery. And in a flash, Sam Silvera releases Jason Cummings on the Harvey Norman replay, and that first-time ball there is delicious. Tullio takes it in his stride, and as Joe Gauci comes striding out to meet him, he just dinks it over the top with a wonderful finish, beautiful composure, and that is fantastic football from the Central Coast Mariners. Marco Tullio, as cool as you like.
Diagonal ball, Goodwin. The back heel is clever. Kiddo, straight at the keeper. Vukovic had the ankles covered.
Well, we spoke about the vision and the ball from Jason Cummings for the goal. Well, this is the man that does them for Adelaide, Craig Goodwin.
Numbers stacked back in the penalty area. Harvey Lopez. Goodwin. Goes wide. All over the head and over the bar of Halloran. He was trying to get over the header desperately. If anything, he did well to get up to it and make some contact.
Well, I think James McGarry will breathe a big sigh of relief here because he totally lost the run of Halloran. Didn't know he was there. And it was a wonderful work from Craig Goodwin. And you're right, Teo, he just gets up and can't keep himself in the air.
Goodwin had the settings for Ibasuki and didn't realise that it was Halloran. Here's Benny and Kololo. Steps back, chops across into the box. Warland clears. Stormroo brought it down effectively. Then Cummings still trying to find his compass to the target, and you can see that's bearing out in his body language at the moment. In second for now. Adelaide trying to change that equation. Dorigo slides it through, and it's a great save from Vukovic to deny Jovanovic.
Hit it across the goal into that far corner, and Vukovic covered it well.
Tullio saw Cummings. Cummings has a seam, and he's able to exploit it. And the answer's from Gauci to parry over.
Well, it's end-to-end, isn't it? This time, Tullio finds Cummings. He doesn't have much space, and he's under a lot of pressure, and he gets a great strike away. Joe Gauci gets the big paw up and gets it over the bar.
Ballard had all the time in the world to turn, survey the scene, and send it out to Sammy Silvera. And now Nisbet. Back to the top of the area, and Kololo. Mariners have players lined up at the back post. However, it's going to the near post, and that's where Nisbet is working. A deflected ball, and Cummings saved by Gauci. Somehow, the Go-Go Gadget arms were able to reel it in. And Kololo stealing a march, and Kololo! And the Mariners strike again. Deadly finishing from Benny and Kololo. And he loves playing against Adelaide. 3 in 6 for him now. And he makes it 2-0.
Well, it was almost out of nothing, wasn't it? We'll see on the Harvey Norman replay. Stormroo wasn't mucking around, got forward, plays it inside. There's plenty of Adelaide bodies around Benny and Kololo, and there's no problem. 1-2 touch, and he just guides it into that far corner. Joe Gauci can do nothing about it. And all of a sudden, Adelaide find themselves 2-0 down. Look at that finish. So much to play for. Next 50 or so minutes of football.
Craig Goodwin again leading Adelaide's response, and the first time shot from Jovanovic doesn't quite have the twist and the swivel to get around the near stick.
Well, again, it's a good run from Luka Jovanovic.
And we know they're fans. If they peg one goal back,
they will lift. Yep.
They will lift, and there'll be a heightened level of emotion. But
I also think the Mariners are so good in the second half as well. So
Marco Tullio's goal got it started. Benny Nkololo's goal kept it going. The Central Coast Mariners in control. But these two are very chaotic second half teams, both in an attacking and a defensive sense. So do not go anywhere. At half time, it's Adelaide United 0, Central Coast Mariners 2. The home team at half time is in need of a response, and it looks like they're going to turn to the bench and make changes immediately. So the 11 that started the match hasn't worked out for Carl Viet. And into the action comes Ethan Alic. He's on for Luka Jovanovic. And Nestor Irankunda is being ready. 45 minutes is the most we've seen from him, being subbed on at halftime, and for the 32nd time in 32 games, he is subbed into the action. And the ground announcer making sure the fans know that the young phenom is into the game. George Blackwood is going to make it a triple change here. So Danny McBreen, as you rejoined me at the start of the second half. Carl Viet, definitely not happy, and he's gone and just ripped up the playbook and made a triple change at halftime. Can Adelaide mount a comeback? Second place is still very much on the line. As things stand, it's the Central Coast Mariners who hold it. And Western Sydney Wanderers in the other game, which is going live concurrently on Paramount Plus. They lead 1-0 away at Melbourne City. We'll keep you posted with goals and incidents and a live table. But if you are enjoying the two-screen experience, we're back underway at Coopers. And Adelaide might get an instant response from their subs. Yes, they will. Blackwood thinks he's scored. The assistant referee thinks otherwise. And cheers turn to frowns in the Red Army. And Henry Day on the eve of finals as the assistant referee. His judgment is verified by the VAR.
But a good positive start from Adelaide and substitutions.
And so now Ryan Kiddo takes over Blackwood. He's had a sighter, this time a little further out. Went for the same result. Not able to get it. Gary left the ball behind for Isaias. Now Blackwood receives the ball. Wants to send it out to the right for Irankunda. And the crowd rises behind the teenager. Irankunda, selfless. Halloran! Saved by Vukovic.
Well, whatever Carl Viet said at half-time, it's had the desired effects. Substitutions are involved. Vukovic is being asked to stand up as the last line of defence.
Cummings links up with Tullio. Nice work by the Mariners attackers. Cummings uncorks a crossfield ball. Great flick headed by Nkololo. And now McGarry is stealing a marge. We know he's quick. McGarry parried away from ground level. He shovels it over to Nkololo. Now he's back on his feet, running into an onside position. Nkololo's got one already. And it's off the chest of Gauci. The save is made. So a corner kick, Craig Goodwin looking to capitalise on the little gift. Bars up! Oh, it's just wide. Half the ground, we're hoping, and the other half would have seen it slide wrong side of the post.
Well, he's always a danger, isn't he? Lucky Bar. Great delivery again. Gets up early. Just can't quite get it on target.
The rain gets a little heavier as Nkololo goes for a loping run. And now Tullio, he'll see Silvera out on the left. Numbers in the middle for Central Coast. Can they hit on the counter here? Tullio with acres of space. Tullio! They left him all alone. And Marco Tullio said, Adelaide, do you not know what I'm capable of? It's 3-0 to the Central Coast.
Well, I said his finish in the first half was delicious, but this one is absolutely sublime. First half, he got into a similar area and fired a warning shot. A Harvey Norman replay shows he won't give you a second warning. Rolls it across his body. No pressure applied, and he picks his spot. Top corner, Joe Gauci, no chance at all. That is wonderful finishing from Marco Tullio. Positive situation.
What a spin from Nkololo. Mariners on the march again. Tullio! Tullio! He had never scored a hat-trick at senior level. Oh, and he still hasn't. The flag's up. for Marco Tullio. And a career that's been to Brazil, to Belgium, and now to Australia. He's never scored 3 in a senior game. He still hasn't. And Kololo, advantage given. Nisbet kept his feet. He's on the move. It's a 2-on-1 over on the left. Adelaide scrambled back. The pass was just behind Silveira. Here's Tullio. Teasing ball. No one there for Central Coast. Nisbet with the intercept. Brings the ball under his command. Cummings. Theoharis, the fresh sub. Cummings with a sweeping ball. Theoharis is there. Theoharis blocked away. Gauci off the chest, if anything. Out for a corner.
Yeah, great save, Joe Gauci, on that occasion. Stood up strong. He's only just come on, but it was a great ball. Wallen just misses it completely. And at that point there, you think Theoharis is odds on to score. Joe Gauci made himself big. Stayed up strong. Look, closes down the space as well. Good goalkeeping.
Blackwood. Here's Halloran. First time ball. Really attacking the ball in the middle. And the Mariners are able to close ranks and clear. That pass from Farrell, a letdown. Blackwood, a second chance. And he ran into a 1-on-2. Alagich. Javi Lopez. Now Halloran clips it in, too close to the keeper. Easy pickings for Danny Vukovic. Isaias, and the slide challenge coming in. Effectively done. Theoharis putting it out for a corner kick. Goodwin, the outswinger, straight onto the head of Kaltak. Back out to Goodwin. He gets a second bite at it. And this time it's Farrell's turn to rise highest in the penalty area. Iran Kunda shoots. And that one was always bending wide. Well, all it takes is one here. All it takes is one. And you just never know. Craig Goodwin steps out his run-up, swings it into the near post, and the Mariners' aerial defence has been exceptional as the game has gone on. And Kololo this time on duty, and a foul will allow the Mariners to slow things down. So free kick for Adelaide, wide on the left. Goodwin. And the outswinging nature of the ball ended up on the head of an Adelaide player, but into the back of a Mariner, and then sitting up very kindly for Danny Vukovic. Well,
he almost looked surprised, Danny Vukovic, didn't he? It was a wonderful ball in. It was Walland who got the header down, and it just popped up into Danny Vukovic's hand.
Gauci plays the ball to Isaias. And he misses Walland with the pass, and, well, I suspect that Adelaide fans will be shaking their heads in frustration, both watching at home and also in the stands. Here's Maresh, able to squirm free at the byline, and it's in for a fourth! The Central Coast Mariners are running right, and what a fantastic moment for Harry Steele as he scores for the first time in the Isuzu Youth A-League Men's.
And look what it means. They're all in together celebrating with him. First goal to really put the icing on a really tasty cake for tonight for the Mariners. Harvey Norman replay shows Maresh with some wonderful footwork down the right-hand side, and as the ball comes back to Harry Steele, it's deflected and in past Joe Gauci. He can get a hand to it, but can't quite keep it out. And it's been a great display from the Mariners tonight.
Well, he celebrated that with the joy of a mini Roo. You can see what it means to him. What a fantastic moment. His first A-League men's goal. Took a deflection off the defender and the keeper along the way, but you're not taking that one off him. No chance. Not. Adelaide now, this is all cosmetic at this point of the night. They've missed their chance to take second place emphatically. And now the concern will be who they play in the finals. And that was the question I was going to ask you before the goal. But the game is just too busy at the moment. And Danny Vukovic, determined not to concede a back pass, got the stutter step spot on to get an improvised clearance away. It's taken us into the last minute of the 90. Kiddo. Goodwin's cross. Iran Kunda out for a goal kick.
answer, Macca, was, if you find out, let me know how to stop conceding 4 goals. I guess the search continues.
Yeah, keep looking, Max, keep looking.
And now we don't want this game to boil over. Of course, suspensions could be so impactful at this time of the season. Anyone to effectively throw their first final away by getting sent off here. Adelaide looking for a late consolation, and Kiddo scores. It's 4-1, and it's met by a cheer, but a belated one at that, as Adelaide do pick a goal back at the end of the night. Sixth goal of the season for Ryan Kiddo.
The Harvey Norman replay shows they just all forgot about Ryan Kiddo. See, everyone comes to the back post. He just drifts around that front area looking for any knockdowns and buries it away. It's only going to be consolation, but Vukovic will be disappointed that his team hasn't kept a clean sheet.
And so as things stand, Adelaide in 4th, and potentially Sydney FC or the Wellington Phoenix, depending on tomorrow's results, are their finals opponents they could plausibly face. Enjoy 4 consecutive games of A-League Men's tomorrow on Paramount+. Restart here. More byplay and a needless yellow card for Tullio right at the end of the night, in addition to getting the ball kicked into him and causing a cramp. And there's the full-time whistle. What a night for the Central Coast Mariners. They come to Adelaide and they rock the Reds. They take second place in emphatic fashion. And Marco Tullio will be one of the form men and the danger men in finals. Central Coast Mariners lay down a mark. They get the benefits of a break. And who will want to go to the coast and face them in this sort of form? 20-year-old Harry Steele scored for the first time in the A-League Men's. And even though it's handshakes at full time, a hard-fought game ends a memorable win for the lads from the coast. Disappointment for Adelaide, their leaky defence at large once again. They will need to resolve those problems going into the final series. But it's all smiles for the Mariners as it finishes at Cooper Stadium. Adelaide United 1, Central Coast Mariners 4.